So apparently we're getting a Joker movie produced by Martin Scorsese. I mean, what is this about? We got to talk about this, guys. What is up, YouTube? It's Josh. This is the Den of Nerds, guys. Big story here today. Breaking from heroic Hollywood. I'm going to get into exactly what it means. Talk about, the potential of this kind of a thing happening, some behind the scenes film type stuff. But first, guys, if you like Marvel, if you like DC, if you like Game of Thrones and Star Wars, and you've been watching these videos but not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, guys. We are going to be coming at you with non-stop content and coverage about the things that you love that are nerdy. So subscribe to the Den of Nerds. But getting right into this story, this broke earlier today. It is from Heroic Hollywood, okay? And I actually like the guys over at Heroic Hollywood. I've been following Umberto for a while now. I like what he does. So this story was actually broke by Michael Mistroff, and it basically says Joker origin movie produced by Martin Scorsese. So, look, we live in a society of headline readers. So what's the actual story here, right? Well, apparently, this report is reporting something that Deadline reported. And guys, that's just how the internet works. We're aggregators. We do our thing. We gather other information and we make our own stipulations. So Deadline reports that Warner Brothers and DC Entertainment are in the early stages of development on a Joker spin-off that would serve as an origin story for the Clown Prince of Crime. First of all, I absolutely love anytime somebody calls him the Crown Prince of Crime. I think not only is that name dope, but I used to have a hero clique that was the Crown Prince of Crime, and damn, that's kind of hard to say actually, but that hero clique was amazing and I had a ton of fun beating people up with him. So apparently Todd Phillips, who directed The Hangover, is set to direct and write the script with Scott Silver, who's the guy that did The 8 Mile, and it says he'll produce the film alongside legendary director Martin Scorsese. Now here, one more step further. This is the last piece of the story, and then I'm going to get into my thoughts, okay? According to the trade, the film is to be the first film that will separate from the DCEU under a new banner in an effort to create new and unique storylines as the studio expands DC canon, with a new actor set to play the Joker, possibly at a younger age. Warner Brothers intends to dial back the clock and tap into Scorsese's classics such as Taxi Driver, Raging Bull, as the Joker origin film is to be gritty and grounded crime film, blah, 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 1980 Gotham City, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so what exactly is going on here? First of all, the first thing that pops into my mind is Warner Brothers, I can't trust you. I just can't trust you. Over the past couple years, how many movies? When are we getting that Shazam movie, right? When are we getting this Black Adam movie? Like, when are we getting any of these million of movies that have come out, or rather have not come out, but have been announced? So even if this was official, even if this was more official than it already is, because I guarantee you that these talks are actually happening here. But even if it was as official as a whistle and they were moving forward and Warner Brothers was out promoting this, I would still be like, I don't buy it. I just don't buy it. You have lost pretty much all credibility. And just, real quick, DC Marvel fans, stop fighting in the comments. Stop being so crazy at each other's throats. We all love comics. We want all these things to succeed, but we have to be fair as well. I mean, look, Warner Brothers, it's just reality, guys. They are not good at holding up this schedule. They don't have this thing ironed out. They don't have it down to a science. When you hear people in the business, in the movie business, telling you that when they go work on a Marvel film, it is the easiest, most stress-free situation of their entire life, and we are already filming Avengers 4, like, it's not even an argument, guys. DC and Warner Brothers has not got that figured out, okay? So that's just reality, but we don't have to be mean about it, right? I want them to succeed, but the truth is, my gut, like, the first thing that comes to my mind is like, I can't trust this news. I just can't. Now, as a concept, does it sound absolutely incredibly dope? Hell yeah, it does. Are you kidding me? A Joker movie that's origin Martin Scorsese-esque in the feel, and he's producing and all that. Man, this as a concept, it seems incredible. I love the idea of this concept. Like, this would be awesome. I also particularly like how they said it would be a new actor playing the Joker and perhaps a younger Joker. Guys, if you think that the Killing Joke is the Joker origin, read this just a little bit differently. What if this story is saying we're doing a version of the Killing Joke with a new Joker for the DCEU, and Scorsese's going to be involved. A Scorsese type killing joke. Like, dude, if you're a respectable nerd, those two things together, hell yeah. Those things make perfect sense. Peanut butter jelly time, baby. Let's go make some money. Now, here's the problem. For me, the big hang up here is that it says this is their first effort to separate from the DCEU under a new banner in an effort to create unique storylines. The studio expands DC canon. Wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. So you're telling me that this is going to be the first film not connected to the DCEU? Man, I hope they got that wrong. I hope they didn't understand what was really going on. Because if it's a Vertigo situation versus DC situation, or a Marvel Max situation or something like that, like, I'm not saying you have to strictly adhere to the canon. I think that a strict adherence to canon can be a bad thing. But why wouldn't you have it connected? It doesn't make any sense. You're going to go make this Joker film. It's going to be, like, unencumbered by all of these other movies. Like, I hope they're not, man, I hope they're being smart about this, because they have an opportunity with Flashpoint to fix all the problems and to make this thing work. And I really hope that they're not going to just Hollywood this thing and be like, no, what we need to do is go back to making like films and not have this shared universe. We need to give up on that concept. All of this hinges on Justice League. This is why I did the Justice League video. This is why I talk so much about why Justice League is important. If Justice League is a disaster, then this right here might be the way that DC and Warner Brothers go. And I can't even necessarily blame them. I mean, to be honest with you, that might be the way you want to go if Justice League is a disaster. Now, look, I want Justice League to be great. I think Joss Whedon is in there tinkering the hell out of it. And for all of you people that were on that Justice League video saying like, hey, prove it. There's facts, man. They're still doing reshoots. We know months ago they were doing reshoots. We have the evidence. They are there working, remaking this film. There's been leaks about what exactly the changes are. I've, of course, went over them myself. I haven't done a video on them, but they sound pretty reasonable. But they also sound like they would take some time. That's the report out there. I got this from the Hollywood Reporter. Apparently that story was broke actually by Deadline. But that's the rumor right now, guys. We're getting a Joker movie in origin. No more Jared Leto, and possibly not connected to the DCEU. Please, if you hear something else about this, drop it in the comment section. One of the things I love about doing YouTube is interacting with you guys in the comment section. For better or for worse, we're not claiming to be complete experts about this. We're just making these videos, trying to entertain you, trying to bring this information to you. So that's all I've got in this little video. I mean, what do you think about this? Is the Scorsese thing good? Do you think they're just attaching his name? Do you think he's even going to look at a single frame of that movie? I mean, that's kind of one of my thoughts. Let me know. What do you think about the future of the DCEU? And what do they mean it's not going to be attached? What do they mean it's a new banner? I mean, look, if it's a comic book thing, I feel it. If it's a movie thing, I'm kind of worried. That's kind of where I'm at with it. But anyways, as I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and nerdy day. See ya!